What are some of the things you've been working out in this draft process to get better?
Just working on my finishing around the rim, continue to develop my reads out the ball screen, out of certain different situations, and then just getting to my spots in the mid range better, shooting with more efficiency, and then tweaking a little details on my 3 point jump shot that I think can bring my percentages to a higher level.
You're related to a couple of NBA players, some former, some current, DeAndre Jordan. Your uncle is Marcus Camby. Kind of talk about how they've prepared you for this moment. I'm sure they've given you some advice.
Absolutely. I feel like, their relationship to me, their impact that they've had on my life, they've been preparing me, years before this time, just everything that the little gems that they give me when I'm with them. My uncle Marcus is, I talk to him all the time, every single day. He's been nothing but supportive through this whole entire process for me, giving me direction, guidance, and advice, and then just being a friend for me. So I'm appreciative for him and DeAndre.
Kind of catch people up on how this process is going for you, and what's been the biggest takeaway for you? What kind of feedback have you been getting so far?
Taylor, it's been a long time. How are you? No, the process has been really well, really good for me. I've learned so much, from April 5th when I started my pre-draft, to today, just learning every single day, taking everything one step at a time. I've been having a lot of positive feedback, as I'm still in the draft. So it's been a good time. It's been a good journey, and I'm still taking everything a day at a time.
And how much is it, working with trainers and, just solely training to, be an NBA prospect? How much has that helped your development, compared to, the last 2 years of, preparing for college? Is it just a whole nother level of just, just a higher level, I guess you're at right now?
I think my training, for the past 2 years has been at NBA level, with John Hawthorne and Isaac Green. But, just being able to experience training atmospheres and environments that I've been in the past couple months, you really see, the attention to detail, the discipline, the dedication that it takes to be, an elite player. Everybody in the NBA is great. It's just about like what separates you, how much are you willing to put in? Are you willing to put the extra time in on the film? Are you willing to put the extra time in studying the little details of your game? Or are you able to learn from other guys and just, take everything one day at a time? So, I've been witness to a lot of great things over these past couple months that, I'll take with me for the rest of my career.
Is there anything that surprised you during this process? Anything that's just going through this, working with trainers, getting NBA feedback? Has anything surprised you?
No, you just understand how, how much, every detail matters. Every advantage that you can get, you realize how much it matters. Holding on to the inches, as I call it, is so important, because at this point, everybody's fighting to get in those 60 picks. Everybody's fighting to get their name called on July 29th. So what's going to separate you? Are you doing the extra little things that's going to separate you from the pack? So just learning even more what those are and just applying them.
Yeah, and it seems like you're going to have a big decision coming up in July. Obviously you got time before you have to make that final call. But what's going to go into that decision? What are the factors that you're kind of considering?
I think that's, for me and my family to sit down with, when that day comes, and, make the best decision for Tyson Etienne at the end of the day. Take everything into consideration, just, take what's going to be the best route for myself, and for my family. And when that day comes, I'll be ready to have a decision, and everybody will know what it is.
And I was watching your pro day, and it looked like you working out the pick and roll, being on the ball more. Is that something that teams like seeing from you? I mean, obviously at Wichita State you played a lot of off ball. Is that kind of your role? You feel like when you do make it to the NBA that you're going to be more on the ball, kind of creating?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, I have the ability to play with the basketball in my hands, but, like I say, my role is to score the basketball at Wichita State, and I was going to do whatever was needed for us to win. I knew that, the NBA would like for me to, be on the ball more, but at that point I was focused on getting Wichita State wins. And if, me scoring the ball is what we needed to do, then I was going to do that. But just being able to show that I can play with the basketball in my hands and being a facilitator and a playmaker, I feel like a skill that a lot of teams didn't know I have. And I think that I've displayed my ability to do that through this process.
And I saw a video clip of with your trainers on Twitter yesterday talking about how much you've improved your vertical, through this these last few months. Just talk about how much you just feel bouncier, and just talk about the work that you put into becoming more explosive.
Yeah, I think, I play a lot of my game off of skill. I don't really, a lot of people don't know I'm as athletic as I am, because I'm not, dunking over people all the time during the games. But, I kind of just, I have a lot of power. I have a lot of explosiveness. My vertical's at a 46 right now. That's something that a lot of people wouldn't know if they just looked at me. So just being able to, continue to develop that part of myself, learning how to move my body a certain way. I've unlocked certain parts of my body that I didn't even know, I was necessarily not strong in, during this process. And just feeling my body feeling a lot better, just being able to move at a certain angles, jump the way I'm jumping, and continue to keep myself healthy and ready to go for, whatever's next for me.